Hey guys, it's Friday, and this is going to be video number 3 out of our training series. Again, before we start, if you guys have any questions, concerns, or issues after the video is over, feel free to email me and we'll kind of go over them. Rodney's done a great job of emailing me after the videos and asking me specific questions that he wanted more information about, so I encourage you all to do that. So, video number 3, what this is going to be about is it's going to be about dry time. So dry time is probably the number 1 question that I hear about that customers ask us on a daily basis. So customers want to know how the process works and how long it takes to dry. Because everybody has a super busy life, they want it to hurry up and dry so they can get their family back on it and their kids aren't, put into a room somewhere and have to play for a very long time. They want to use the rooms that we've cleaned. So I'm going to go over with you dry time, what we ask customers, what we tell customers now, and then the 3 factors to really dry time. So this shouldn't be a very long video today because it's quite simple. So basically what do we tell people on the phone? So I've heard a bunch of different answers when we've answered the phone and customers have asked us this. I will tell you that the industry standard is typically 6 to 8 hours is what it takes for the carpet to dry. We clean carpet on around 400 psi, which is not super high compared to some of our competitors. I know some of our competitors clean on 600, 700, 800 psi, which is extremely high. That all depends on how many jets you have and how big the jets are that allows the water to go on the floor. So since we're cleaning at a lower psi, our carpet should not be super saturated. So 6 to 8 hours is really the industry standard. What I like to tell people, and I tell my customers all the time, is that it takes 12 to 24 hours to dry. And the reason that I do that is because if you tell a customer 6 to 8 hours, when it gets 8 hours and 1 minute, they call in and want to know why their carpet's still wet. Is it going to cause mold? Is it going to cause mildew? Why is my carpet still wet? Did your guys do something wrong? And it creates and presents issues that you wouldn't have had if you tell them 12 to 24 hours. So anytime a customer asks me, I say, hey, it's going to be 12 to 24 hours before it's completely dry. After 6 to 8 hours, you may feel that it's drying to the touch, but it still will have some moisture in it. So how does the carpet dry? That's really what we're talking about today, and giving you an explanation to give customers so you can explain to them really how it dries and why it dries. So when we clean carpet, water goes into the fiber and it soaks the fiber. That water sitting there has to go somewhere in order for the carpet to dry. So it doesn't sit in the carpet forever, or the carpet would stay wet forever. So there's really 3 main factors to getting the carpet dry, and those are temperature, humidity, and air movement. Now the first 2, temperature and humidity, they're directly affected by each other. So when we clean the carpet, we want the temperature to be as low as possible in the house, and in return that lowers the humidity that's in the house. So if you have a very low humidity, that means the air is dry that's in the house. So as the water wants to evaporate off the carpet, it has somewhere to go. The air will accept the moisture, and then in return it allows the moisture to evaporate off of the carpet. So we ask customers to turn your air conditioner on when you're cleaning. If it's winter time and they don't have an air conditioner, we ask them to turn ceiling fans on, or go to your thermostat and kick the thermostat to the fan position, and that will allow air to circulate through the house, which as the air is pushing across the top of the fiber, it is drying the fiber, it's allowing water to evaporate, and the cool, dry air in the home allows the atmosphere to accept a lot of that moisture, and the air pushes it out of the room. So the carpet always dries from the top down, which means if this is your carpet fiber, as air goes through the room, the air blows on top of the fiber and it dries the top of the fiber, and then water from underneath the fiber moves up the fiber into the dry area. So this is why, or this is what's called wicking. So a lot of times we'll have customers that call in and they say, hey, there's a brown spot. It's caused by the carpet drying from the top down, and anything that's at the base of the carpet as it moves up the fiber, it will bring spots from the padding or the backing of the carpet up to the top, and they wick to the top of the carpet. So when you guys are on the phone with the customers and they're asking how long it's going to take to dry, I would suggest that you tell them 12 to 24 hours. And I would also say after 6 to 8 hours, you will start to feel the carpet drying, and it may very well feel dry to the touch, but give it a good 24 hours before it's completely dry. Also, I would explain temperature, humidity, and air movement, and tell them that contrary to popular belief, you want the temperature to be as cool as possible. So it was a myth or a misconception years ago, especially with the older generation, that after they cleaned their carpet, they would turn their heat on to try to get the carpet to dry. And all that did was the hot air raised the humidity in the room and put a bunch of moisture in the air. So the water that was in the carpet had nowhere to go, and the carpet would stay wet for a very long time. So you want to keep it very cool and have as much air moving as possible. So lower the temperature, lower the humidity, and get air moving, and that's the key to the drying process for carpet. So if you guys have any questions, again, industry standard is 6 to 8 hours. We'd like to tell people 12 to 24 hours for dry time, and those three factors are temperature, humidity, and air movement. Keep the temperature down, the humidity stays down, and you keep as much air circulating as possible in the room, and those are your keys to drying. So I know this was a very short video, guys. This was a very simple topic to talk about, but I felt like it was needed because we get asked this on a daily basis, and we have different answers every time that we talk to a customer. So we want to try to be consistent in telling the customer the same thing, and then that way people will begin to understand that, hey, we understand it could feel dry in 6 to 8 hours, but we know that it's going to take 12 to 24. So we give them the expectation before the cleaner gets there, and then we eliminate issues that way. So if you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to email me, call me, ask me. I want to tell Rodney thank you. He's been very good at sending emails and having questions that he may have had answered. So I know Rodney's been doing a great job listening to the videos and asking questions. So if you guys are have any, feel free to ask me. That's the only way we learn, and we want to do this continuous training for a reason, and it's to teach you guys how to do this. So thank you guys for video number 3, and we will continue this. Hopefully early next week I'll have another video to you, and we'll go from there. Thank you, and have a good day.